One of the most important things that you need in order to create good content is capturing really good audio. Like I mentioned before in a previous video on my channel, having good audio is half of creating content. For years I used this Tascam. I actually have a review on my channel about it, and after many years of ownership, this thing has finally crapped the bed. I actually dropped it, it's my fault, and since I've dropped it from, probably about 5 or 6 feet, it fell right on the mic. It just started making some really bad hissing sounds into my camera that I can only remove when editing in Adobe Audition, which is a pain because I just want to have good audio going to my camera with minimal editing when it comes to the post-production workflow. So I began to research what affordable microphones are out in the market today, and I realized that there's pretty much 3 things you need to know when it comes to buying a microphone. I'm going to talk about that in this video, as well as let you guys know what mic I'm using to shoot this video. So you're going to have to wait until the end and find out if this microphone is right for you. Hey, how's it going, guys? Seez Santos here, and this channel is all about helping you and inspiring you to create content with whatever means necessary. So if you're interested in learning about gear or technology or other ways of creating content, make sure you subscribe and the bell for notifications. So first things first is budget. Like I talked about in the last video about my Takstar, the microphone I mentioned that's broken, is if you have a budget of anywhere from $25 to $50, you're really only ever going to find microphones like this, whether it's Takstar or some other off brands that are now available nowadays. You're really stuck with the quality of these types of mics, which isn't bad. I've used this for years, and if you guys have appreciated the other content I've created, I pretty much used this mic whenever I had the chance. However, I did do a lot of audio adjustments in post when it came to shooting content with this mic, and I am only relying on the audio that's being recorded straight into my video on my camera. The preamps in these cameras, they're not really that good, so you're having to rely on a low bit rate when it comes to recording audio into a camera. If you're in the budget, like I said, watch the video on this. I'll leave a link down in the description down below that talks all about that microphone. Before you decide on what mic you want, because some YouTuber like me or anyone else on YouTube tells you this is the best mic in the world, you need this microphone, don't listen to us. Look at exactly what you need. Again, it's all about what you need. It's not about what you want at the end of the day, because you can want the best microphone in the world. Man, if I had the budget, I'd have the NTG5 with the Zoom H8s. That would produce pretty good audio, way better than what I have now. However, what I need is a good microphone that can last me for the next year or two, and so when I upgrade my system, I'll have a better microphone in the future that I can sell. So once you figure out what you need, you can now begin to look at the different types of microphones out there. You have the shotgun, you have the lavalier mics. Find out what you need. In the setup that I actually use here, I actually use a shotgun mic. I've always liked the sound when it comes to using a shotgun mic in a big empty room like this. When it comes to lavalier mic, I've actually shot a video in a similar setup like this with a cheap lavalier mic that I still do recommend highly if you're on a budget. It just doesn't sound as clear or as crisp as shooting with the shotgun mic. Again, there are better mics than the one I have here that I'll show you at the end of the video, but this one was a good price point and exactly what I needed. Again, it's gonna all depend on what you need at the end of the day. So for example, when it comes to needs, I wanted a budget microphone somewhere between $150 to $250 because that was my budget. I wanted it to be wired because my camera obviously that I shoot on is wired. I also wanted to make sure that I didn't need batteries anymore. And the other thing too is I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to rely on an external recorder. And lastly, I wanted to make sure that I bought a microphone from a reputable company that has a good warranty. And finally, one last thing you need to do is make sure before you hit the buy now button, look at all the websites available for where you're purchasing your microphone. You'd be surprised how often prices differ between websites, especially on deal days. For example, I bought the mic I have on B&H versus Amazon. Amazon offered a lot higher price during Prime days versus buying it through B&H, and B&H also offered free shipping. Plus, I appreciate B&H a lot more than Amazon. So if you're looking to buy from a different supplier, a different seller, look at the options available, look at the deals, and look at the prices. And now, for those of you wondering, what mic did I actually end up buying? Again, I went through all of those things I explained to you earlier, and I ended up buying the Rode Video Mic NTG. For a lot of you, you might be surprised, like, really, you bought the NTG? You couldn't have bought the Deity? Well, I've been using Rode products for years, so I'm a little biased, just being honest with you. I did see the options that Deity had. However, again, I wanted to buy from a reputable company, and I've been using their products, and I've actually had to have my own Rode products warranted before after years of use, and they have a really good warranty. Even on this mic, That's very important, is making sure that the company you're buying your microphone through has a good warranty or return policy. In this case, I'm going to let you know this microphone that I got is defective. When I first got it, I was having issues with it turning on, plugging it into the camera. This microphone has a feature where it'll automatically power on when you turn your camera on and automatically power off when you turn your camera off. However, the feature wasn't working. I quickly figured, you know what, it's probably a defective. I called Rode, and within 10 minutes of being on the phone with them, they advised me, you know what, this is probably defective. Get in touch with who you bought it through. I was still within the buying window of when I bought the product to request a refund or request a RMA, and I went ahead and did the RMA. So I'll actually be sending this microphone back once I'm done shooting this video. This isn't the first time I've actually had to deal with a defective product right off the bat. I remember buying some cables from Amazon before in the past, and the buyer said they were fine, but Amazon's like, no, you have to replace it. So they replaced the cables for me, but it ended up being that the company that made these cables just made crappy cables. Hoya, I hope you're listening. If you are listening, please stand by your products. I actually have never bought another Hoya cable since then. They just get defective within like 30 days of using them. I don't know if they short out or something. It's so weird. But yeah, anyways, I digress. I think this microphone is so cool. The fact that you can plug it into different sources and different applications and be able to use it, whether it's your computer, your iPhone, there's different cables for it. It's a lot easier than setting up my podcast that I shoot with my fiance, where I have to literally set up my mix pad and plug all these things up. So it's just way easier to use. So I'll probably end up using this microphone whenever I do live stream on my channel. I really do appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with a friend if you think they appreciate it. As always, guys, have a great day.